I got married too young, 21, and then divorced when I was 23. A few months went by, and I started having these nightmares. Long story short, a girl in a white dress with brown hair matted with leaves and dirt walks into my house, tracking muddy footprints. She stops and stares at the attic stairs, which are down for some reason. I ask her why she's there, and she started screaming, and the whole house crumbles. I never saw her face. I had this nightmare almost every night for 3 months, and when I say almost every night, I mean probably 95% of the time. For some reason, I started sleeping in my living room as opposed to the bedroom. I just wasn't very comfortable in there. So I'm sleeping on my couch one night and woke up around 2 a.m. for no reason. I checked my phone to see I have a text from a friend and responded. I started getting very uncomfortable, and then I heard a knock at my door. I walked around and peeked out the window, and there's a girl there. I can't see anything other than her white hoodie, which is up, and long dark hair coming out of it. She knocks, then knocks again. Not urgently or anything, but she didn't appear intent on leaving. So stupidly, I cracked the door open. In a quiet voice, she asked if she can use my cell phone. I still can't really see her face because my porch light was out, and I've been putting off changing the bulb for no reason at all. I ask if everything is okay, and she just repeats she needs to use the phone. Again, against my better judgment, I put my cell phone on dial screen and hand it to her. I see her hit a few things, then out the phone to her ear. And then the screen light gave me a better view of her face. She was younger, somewhere between 18 to 22. Plain, not really particularly distinguishing in any way. She waits for a minute, then says, "Hey, I need help. I need your help." "Yeah, okay." Then hands me the phone again. So I looked at my phone, and it's still on the dial screen. Something felt weird to me. So I clicked over the recent calls, and she hadn't called anyone. When I looked up, she was gone. Not quite vanished, but like way down the street, further than anyone should have been able to cover in that time frame, walking away. After that, the nightmare stopped, potentially related. 2 months earlier, I got a call from a friend, late at night, maybe around 10 p.m., who was like, "Hey, want to come over for a beer?" I wasn't doing anything, so I did. I got back about 1 a.m., and my house has been broken into. Totally trash, with a bunch of valuables gone. Certainly I don't think my friend had anything to do with that. But I do sometimes wonder if that girl was guessing my house that night. It's the only correlation I can make between the dream stopping and the real world explanation for that weird experience. The whole thing was just super weird. Not the creepiest thing that happened, but up there. I was in the barn, milking as dusk was setting, and I was walking back into the barn, and the dog started to bark. I walked back out of the barn to see that they started running to a dark SUV, which wasn't there 2 seconds before, running into its lights on the front of the barn. I wonder how the hell the car drove up to my driveway without me hearing it or the dogs hearing it. I had just been out there. As they ran up to the car, ready to jump on the side and greet somebody, it just vanished. One dog jumped to put its paws on the side of the car and fell as the car just disappeared. The dogs ran around where it has been sitting and looked at me confused. I stood there just as confused for a moment as the dogs were unsettled. I said to them, "Well, that was a bleep in the matrix," and walked back into the barn. No tire tracks or any sign that it was there. If the dogs hadn't run around in circles in a place that it had been, I would have thought I'd been seeing things. I tried telling a few people after that, but they looked at me like if I was crazy. I had seen some odder things here, and wonder why. I believe after I have seen that either none of this is real, this life or that other dimensions cross into our lives at times.